I am continuing to build my prepper pantry, and one of the tools that I use is my Newair freezer. I am working on my four corners pantry, and I got the term four corners pantry from my friend Mary at Mary's Nest. And one corner of the pantry is my fridge and freezer combination in the kitchen, my working pantry that I have here in the kitchen, my extended pantry or my prepper pantry that I have in another space, and then my freezer that I keep out in the garage. Some of you may have a freezer in a separate room in your house. We don't have that kind of room, but my Newair freezer is one of the pillars or one of the corners of my four corners pantry, and we're working on that today. So my husband caught 100 fish yesterday, and one of the things that I do to help him prepare for cleaning them is I'll bring out the salt, I'll bring out the flour sack towels, and I'll have them there so that he can get access to those. I make sure that the sink is clean and the dishwasher is unloaded so that he can get to the sink and do whatever it is that he needs, and there's a lot, to prep and process the fish. Now, luckily enough, he will clean the fish in the garage. I bought him this cleaning table years ago. It was the best investment I ever made because I don't have fish scales after fish scales all over the sink. I will get a few, but not a lot. Once he's done cleaning the fish, we'll process them with a vacuum sealer, and then we will put them in our Newair freezer. So as I said, that's part of our prep for building our prepper pantry. And I also got some fresh corn, and I'll be putting some fresh corn in the freezer as well. So we've just brought the fish in, and as you can see, he caught quite a few. So he's got a little bit of the processing to finish here at the sink. And in the meantime, I will go ahead and cut some bags and get those marked so they're ready to go into the freezer. Well, as I said earlier, my Newair freezer is one of the most important tools in my prepping arsenal, and I am trying to inflation-proof my grocery budget, and I am doing that by purchasing things now at the price that they are now, or picking things up from the farmer's market, or friends shower us with some produce, and I'm getting those into the freezer so that I have them for fall and winter. And for those of you Game of Thrones fans, as they say, winter is coming. Now, I don't know what shape winter is going to take, but according to all the prophecies, all the pundits, yada, 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 winter is coming. And I'm trying to protect my family and my family's food availability by preparing for winter, and this helps me to do that. One of the things that I like is I'm able to see the degree setting right here on the top of the unit. Over here I've got a setting that if I need to do some fast freezing, let's say I've got a bunch of stuff to freeze at one time, I can use that. And then over here I can raise the temperature up, or I can lower it with these buttons here. And I did check with Good Housekeeping to see what should the temperature of the freezer be set on, and 7 degrees was a pretty good temperature. And we had a power outage the other night, but it was only out for just like a minute or two. But the nice thing about my Newair freezer is that it will, when it goes out, when the power is restored, it will automatically come back on, and it will come back on and reset to the temperature that I wanted it to be at. So I was really pleased about that. I did come down and check it, and it was right where it needed to be. Now here's probably just a little thing, but when I ordered this freezer, I ordered the black one. Typically I will get white appliances, or I will get a metal colored appliance, but I decided to get black, and I'm really glad that I did, because as you can see, this freezer is out in our garage, and our garage is open quite a bit in the spring and the summer and early fall, because my husband is typically out here working. And when the boat is pushed up where it needs to be, or if you're walking down the street, that kind of thing, since it's black, it's just a blob, and so people don't really know that it's a freezer. So it's a nice little camouflage going on there. So I'm really glad that I got the black one instead of the white one. Now, one of the features that I like about it is the light that is here in the top of the door. And whereas you may think that the light is a little thing, and it is, sometimes when I come out into the garage, I don't want to have to turn the garage light on, especially if I'm in a hurry. So I can just open the lid up, and then the light comes on, and I can find whatever it is that I'm looking for without any problem. Now, I've been using the freezer for a couple of months, so here are a couple of other things that I like about it. First of all, I organize it by putting particular kinds of meat in these little baskets, and I picked these baskets up at Walmart. They still have them. They always have them. They're pretty inexpensive, and I can put that up like that and stack them if I need to. But it's pretty deep, but as you can see, I can stack 3 baskets, one on top of the other. Over on this side, I've got this little basket here where I will tend to keep things like butter, maybe some produce that I've frozen or that I've put up that I need to use right away, and then chocolate chips and different kind of baking things that I need to find. And then there's a little shelf underneath here, and I've got my Christmas hams right there. So as I said, I'm planning ahead, and I've got my Christmas hams. I caught them on sale, so I got them right there. This fits right over the top of them. I can stack 3 baskets like that. And as you can see, I am inflation proofing my budget by purchasing the meats ahead. And not just me, here's some tomatoes that I've frozen from this year's harvest. So I got those in there. This is some corn that I froze and put up. I had quite a bit, so I had 2 bags like this of corn on the cob, and then several bags of corn for me to use as a side dish or in soups or sauces or whatever. And when I can get chicken at a good price, I'll either put the whole chicken in here, but this one I cut it in half, and I cooked 1/2 already, and then I put this half in the freezer. And here's today's harvest of fish. And that's just a part of it. My husband caught 92 fish, and I put some of it in this freezer here, and then I'll put some of it in the freezer in the house so that he can access it there. But for my long-term storage, for my prepper pantry, for my 4 corners pantry, I'm keeping some things out here. And one of the other things that I'm really pleased with is that this freezer is a lot more energy efficient than the old one that we had. The one we did have that we stored fish and extra things in like this, we had that freezer for more than 20 years. And we got that from my mom and dad. And I don't know how long they'd had it. So whereas it was still running, it wasn't very efficient. So it's nice to have this Newair energy efficient freezer. I am so glad that the Newair people reached out to me to share with you one of my most important prepping tools. I do have a discount code that they were kind enough to give me, and I will put that in the description box so that you can check that out for yourself. But if you are serious about building your prepper pantry, about protecting your family's food supply, then be sure to check out Newair. I think you will like what you find, and they do have other colors besides white and black. To learn more about Newair, click the link in the description box. And then for more homekeeping inspiration, particularly in regards to building your prepper pantry, click the link on the screen, and I will see you over there.